forever. Shipwreck Beads.
Shipwreck Beads.
Hi, my name is Carol and I'm with Shipwreck Beads. I have Beth with me here today and I'm going to show her and you how to make a pair of simple earrings. Now simple is kind of a misnomer because the number of beads and variations that you can do, this technique is very simple, but what you can do with it is just amazing. So the tools we're going to use for this project are the needle nose pliers, the round nose pliers, and the wire cutters.
What's the difference between the needle nose and the round nose?
Well, the needle nose, that's a good question. Needle nose are used for a lot of variety of reasons, opening and closing jump rings, holding things so that you can have an extra hand. The round nose pliers are very specific and they are really only for making loops. And when you're making earrings, you need to have a loop.
Okay.
So it's a tool that's very, very important, but it doesn't have a huge number of options available, but you can't make a proper loop without one.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to start with a head pin. And a head pin is a piece of wire that's been flattened on the end. Sometimes you'll see decorative head pins that have around like it looks like a little bead or something else decorative on it. And you start with the head pin, and then you just choose the beads. Whoops, come back here. That you want on your earring in any order that you like. And we'll finish with a silver one. And there you go. Now at this point, we're going to take our needle nose or our flat nose pliers.
Okay.
And you're going to place it close to that top bead, but not directly right on top of it, because what we're going to be doing is bending the wire, and if you have it right on top of the bead, you may break the bead.
Okay.
So we're going to turn it and do a 90-degree angle, like so. And then this part takes a little practice, which is knowing just how much wire you want to keep and how much is waste.
Okay.
You're looking at probably about maybe 3/4 of an inch. Right in that area is the part that you want to keep. And so you're going to take your wire cutters, and when you're cutting wire, you either want to cover your finger or you want to face it down so that you don't have wire flying all around. That would be very dangerous. So be careful when you're cutting your wire. And then we're going to take our round nose pliers, and as you can see, the round nose pliers have a taper to them. It's a matter of preference on whether you want to have a that's going to determine the size of your loop. There are reasons that you may want one very, very large, or you may want them very, very small. But for most purposes, right near the center is fine. If you want to, you like a size loop that you like, you can actually mark this with a felt tip pen.
Okay.
So that you can always find the same place again.
Gotcha.
So you're going to put it in the round nose pliers, and then you're going to roll towards the center. And you're going to have to pull the pliers out, and you can see where it's made a partial turn there. Reinsert your pliers to complete the loop. And sometimes you kind of have to fool with it a little bit to get it right in place.
Okay.
But you can see how easy that is, and it takes a little practice. Again, probably finding the length that you want your loop. This one's a little big, but is just a matter of practicing.
Okay.
Now your earring finding is, in this case we're using a French ear wire.
Okay.
You could use a post, you could use anything that has a hole or a loop on it to hang from. And you can either open the loop here or you can open the loop on this side. We're going to go ahead and open the one on here. And when you open it, you want to open it from side to side. You don't want to reopen that curve. It will actually weaken the wire and it might break.
Gotcha.
Slide your earring on, earring finding, and there you go.
Great.
So, did you want to see how that was done again?
Let's try it one more time.
Okay.
Just so I make sure I have it down.
Okay, so the head pin and your beads, and sliding those on. Besides, we want two pairs, or two earrings makes a pair. Okay, So you slide all of them on. You're going to do your needle nose pliers almost down to the end, not quite, giving yourself a little space. You're going to cut the excess off, making sure you don't poke anybody's eye out with flying wire. Put it into your tool, turning back, pulling out, turning around, and complete your loop. Straighten it up if it needs a little straightening. Reopen your loop this way. Put on your earring finding and close. And there we have a finished pair of earrings.
I like them.
Now I brought with me another type of earring finding that's something that you can add more movement, more beads, just something a little bit different. And this is a filigree finding that actually has a number of different loops on them. And you can take the same technique, maybe you would just want to put smaller beads on there, and using that same technique making these on the wires and adding these on here to the edge, and possibly one in the center, and then of course you would add your earring finding to the top. But by using these different types of metal filigrees, you've got a huge variety of options available using this same technique. It's just a very simple turning the loop, cutting the wire, and I think you can do that.
I think I can do that too.
That's great, and I'm sure you can do it at home too. Thank you.
Beads are cool, beads are fun. Explore the treasures, discover Shipwreck Beads.